So anyway, I thought, I'm going to impress management. I'm going to talk about, probably a fairly common legend, the legend of the croaking frog. And I rehearsed this thing till I was blue in the face. I knew no matter what happened, I'd keep talking about frogs croaking. So it began May 1st, 1961. Jim Grainer came on. Jim was one of those guys like Mel Tillis. He stuttered off camera. On camera, it was like a duck on water. I mean, underneath his legs were like that. I could see under the table, but he was smooth as silk on the top part. And they said, Grainer said, Dick Goddard, first weather person on Cleveland television, coming up in about a minute with his first rumor. And I remember thinking, okay, frogs croaking, got it, came time. They used to give me a countdown. Boy, you want to see your life pass before your eyes? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Say something cogent, intelligent. My voice was up so high, they said that small animals began to gather outside of Channel 2. But anyway, I can't even emulate it, but it was something like, I didn't use no punctuation. I was scared to death. I mean, I've been in, I saw the first H-bomb. I've flown upside down with the Thunderbirds at 500 miles an hour. I flew into the Navy with Hurricane Flora. But the first time you're on television with absolutely no training, your whole life passes before your eyes. And so I began, and I said, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dick Goddard, and I'm going to be the first meteorologist here in Cleveland television. But before I go with the forecast and the statistics and all that stuff, I'm going to talk to you about one of the most famous of weather legends, the famous story of the croaking crow. It could have been much worse than croaking crow. Second show. Big Jim Schmidt, our director, 6'4" Jim Schmidt. He said, well, Goddard, you got through that first show. I said, boy, that was something. He said, yeah, we were all on the floor in the control room. I said, well, that makes me really feel good. He said, but I want to tell you what now, after what happened on the first show, you probably want to work on this one. He said, you're going to have a sponsor now at 6 o'clock. I said, well, okay. He said, you're going to introduce it halfway through. I said, yeah. Who is it? He said, it's Buckeye Freezer Meats. He said, good luck with the Buckeye Freezer Meats. I went into a room by myself. People would probably go by the door and hear me in there saying, Buckeye Freezer Meats, Buckeye Freezer Meats. The key word was Buckeye. If I got through Buckeye, nothing that bad could happen. I get into the show, it's moving along, I get the commercial break, I turn to the camera, and I said, well, those are the maps and the stats and the stuff like that, and I'll be right back after this word from Buckeye Freezer Moots. I got a whole file full of things that kids have sent me, and now emails over the years. Okay, this is weather wisdom according to the kids. And they all want to butter you up, and here are a few of them. My name is Goddard. I've got a whole stack of Gudders, Mr. Gutter, Mr. whatever. Here's one. The class is studying weather, never an A in weather, weather. Please send us maps and things. P.S. I do not watch you. My channel watches Channel 3. I always want to compliment you and then ask for everything in the world. And when the weather begins, I always like to watch until you come on. Here's one. I try to answer these, but this one is very difficult. You might agree. Mr. Gutter, please send information, INFORMSHUN, on weather. Please, P.S. hurry. I got a big sister, 36, 38, 36.
I've always wanted to know, when you predict the weather and it's not right,
Yeah.
do you find out from everybody that's in the audience?
That has never happened.
Okay.
Never in 61 years. Oh, June 3rd in 1982, I think I blew one. Weather varies so much over short distances. And so the best forecast we can make is seldom 100% for the viewing area. And temperatures, they always range. I remember once we had a 52-degree range in high temperatures. It was like in April, near the lake it was like 35, and inland it was like in the 80s, about 20 miles. Had you forecast that the night before, they would have taken you away. And the worst snow differential I can remember had to be February of 1962. I had said on Channel 3, I said, well, we're going to see some snow out there. On the snow belt, they may get a little accumulation. But right now in the city, there's no snow. Got off the show, and back then, of course, telephones, the guy said, guess what? We've got about 18 inches of snow in Euclid. I said, oh yeah? And you wouldn't doubt these people, but I got in the car. The range was not at all near the lake to 19 inches inland. Had you forecast a day ahead, they would have taken you away. See, that's it. You're right. I'll be 82 in a couple of weeks now. I want to devote whatever time I have left to helping the four-foots, the animals. We're all animals. Believe it or not, we tend to look down on the four-footed animals. But as I point out in this year's calendar, which I'm going to make available to you for a small donation for the animals, you know we are not to be looked down upon. Every time you see the evening news, you know that the four-foots really deserve a place even well above the two-footed animals, the carbon-based biped. Anybody who could treat animals the way some of these people have treated animals, I'd love if the judges were competent and had the guts enough to assign these people, like Judge Cicconetti in Lake County might do, put them out for a week, tied to a leash, with no food or water. I think you have a pretty good response.